how to eat on the 4th of July so you still have the look all year round. And what better person to do this than the mind behind summertomato.com, Darya Pino. Darya, it is so great to have you on today. I love your website, and you are bringing us 6 tips for healthy eating at your 4th of July barbecue. How's it going this afternoon?
Great, thanks for having me.
Well, let's go through some of these tips together because, barbecues are so much fun and they're so great to hang out with friends in the nice weather, but they're not always the most sort of health style, diet friendly foods. So that's what you're here for. You're going to break it down for us. Let us know how we can still have fun, but still get the look all year round. Now, we're going through some of your list, and your first big tip is to use small plates. So what's the theory behind this one?
The problem with that is you'll pick up, if you pick up a big plate, you'll pile it with food, and then you'll sort of just continue to pile on that with food. And studies have shown that actually if you use smaller plates and it still looks full, you get the impression that you're still eating a full meal, but you can actually eat hundreds of calories less. So one of my favorite tricks to eat less is that when you eat slowly and you chew your food and you actually focus on the food and focus on how it tastes and focus on how you're enjoying it instead of just sort of shoveling it in your mouth and talking to people and watching TV or just sort of not paying attention, what happens is you get much more, all those signals reach your brain, and your brain feels satisfied that you've eaten a lot and you've eaten a complete meal.
Number 3 is eat healthiest foods first.
Well, what's awesome about the summer is that it's the best time of year for produce. So that's why my website's called Summer Tomato, because summer tomatoes are just so sweet and delicious. It's nothing like it is any other time of year. So you're going to have awesome salads, awesome fruits, other awesome things that are healthy and that can fill you up. And then when you sort of do go out and have some ribs or, have that burger, you're already kind of full and you're not going to be tempted to have that second one.
Skip the chips, crackers, and bread. I know, that's part of the best part at a barbecue. But why do you say skip it? Convince me.
Well, I just think that generally most food tastes better than those things. So chips and dip are fun. I love salsa and tortilla chips. But generally when people are eating foods like that, they eat them very mindlessly. It kind of goes back to the mindless eating thing, and they're just empty calories. They're not going to fill you at all. You can eat, I'm sure everyone knows, you can eat a zillion chips, and they're not doing anything good for you, and they cause your body to have insulin spikes and it raises your blood sugar really high, and none of that's good for you.
Rule number 5 is keep desserts small. Now, at first I was skeptical, but you say you don't have to skip dessert entirely, just there's a huge difference between a bagel slice of cake and maybe a sliver of cake.
That's right. So I love dessert, and I don't think anyone should live their life without eating dessert, especially on a holiday. That's what holidays are for. But you forget that desserts are really, really, really concentrated sources of calories. So when you think about like a See's candy or something, that's like 50 calories. And, that's a lot if you have a bite of food and it's 50 calories. So, a huge slice of cake will be maybe 700 calories. But you have half that and you're at 350, and that's not nearly as bad. Think before you eat your dessert. Pick good desserts that are enjoyable and stop when you're satisfied, and don't just keep shoveling those in.
Thinking before you drink. Now, obviously, you want to have a good time on the 4th of July. You're going to drink some, and you're not saying don't drink at all, but you can sort of drink less, and no one's going to judge you, and, well, you'll probably have a whole lot of easier time fitting into those skinny jeans the next day. So what are some of your tips for drinking less at the barbecue and maybe having no one else notice?
Yeah, so drinking is tough because it's super fun, but when you start drinking a lot, it can be problematic. Because it makes you eat more too, and also, it makes you have worse judgment, and there's lots of problems with drinking too much. And also, sugary drinks like margaritas or some other fun stuff that tends to be at barbecues. I mean, those can be like 600-800 calories a piece, and that adds up fast. So my favorite tips for barbecues, and so maybe not drawing so much attention to yourself, not keeping up with your friends, drinking as much. Stick to lighter beers because they have way less alcohol. They're not going to fill you up as much. They don't have as many calories. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. So I like to alternate every other drink with a glass of water. Or if your friends are super, weird, you can actually often get a bartender to make your drink look like a vodka soda, and just have sort of sparkling water with a little lime in there. And that's a great tip.
Thank you so much for all of your tips and tricks. You've given us a bunch of awesome ways to help still have fun at the 4th of July barbecue, but maybe not make any disastrous health style and diet decisions. If people want more information, more tips and tricks, where can we check you out?
Go to summertomato.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at summertomato.
Darya, thank you once again for helping make our 4th of July barbecues tasty and awesome. We'll talk soon.
All right, thanks, Maggie.
Bye, Darya.